And that's Yemi Alade of Nigeria featuring the Kenyan group Sauti Soul. And we don't, look, go look for them on the internet. They're very, very good. Very, very good at what they do. Mama, good morning to you.
Morning, this song is on point.
Yeah, and I have a birthday with this one to the founder of the Bethel Royals Worship Center, based in my hometown, Ashaiman. You are the, I'm sure, the executive. He's the founder of the Bethel Royals Worship Center, chief executive. Okay, brother Prince Jesus J. Mensah. God bless you. God bless you.
Happy birthday.
The African song is to you as well. We hope that you loved it, and happy birthday
and
to
Ashaiman
you.
is your hometown?
Yeah, it's my home city, man. Yo. Forget about what that happened to Stoneboy.
Well, good morning. Good morning. So, how far with the investigation?
It should be ongoing. It's normal.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think he's used to.
Do we have pictures of the cats?
That's it.
The injury that the wife sustained. Oh, it's your city, so I'm asking you. Maybe you got a local.
Even the show I didn't go.
Local back door. Feel like to share with us. Well, time for us to do the newspapers. Today we'll be sharing a few things with you on Liberia, because Liberians go to the polls today. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf
is
the
last
handing
election
over after 12 years. We're going to be sharing with you those who are taking part in this particular elections in the bit.
The last election I was in Liberia.
You were?
It was awesome. It was awesome, but there was a lot of tension. We experienced some shootouts once in a while in some vicinities of Monrovia. The UN troops had to come in, etc. It was an exciting period. At that time, the closest of the runners to Johnson Sirleaf was George Weah. I don't know this time around. I'm being told.
George Weah is still in the race, but curiously standing with a former ex-wife of Charles Taylor. That's his running mate.
I will see how that goes.
But we'll share a few of the details with you. Just stay put. Let's do the newspapers. Let's find out what's happening in and around Ghana. Of course, we know the gas explosion at Atomic Junction is very much a talking point, a major talking point here in our country. Let's see what the Daily Graphic is reporting today. NPA, EPA talk tough about gas explosions, but then again, we've had tough talks in Ghana. Hasn't gotten us tougher. Hasn't gotten us anywhere. But this is a new administration. We'll see how far it goes this time around. UPSA students go wild. They want fuel station removed. And you remember Mahama Yariga, former environment minister, after one of such explosions, he was going around with the media very much, at some point shutting down, cautioning, and he did a lot of work.
That was June 3, after the June 3.
And Gifty Ando up here, sat down with him. We'll bring you back that conversation. And he touches on this particular place that also exploded, went up in flames. We'll bring you back that conversation here on the show this morning. In the wake of Atomic Junction gas explosion, time for talk is over, President declares. So we are supposed to be seeing some real action following this. So on the front page of the paper is COP Dr. Ekufo Dampare, one of my favorites, the Director General of Operations of the Ghana Police Service, briefing President Akufo-Addo during the tour of the gas explosion site over the weekend. And tour of the explosion site, that will be yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess the weekend is related to the explosion site over the weekend, but this tour was just yesterday. All right, back page of the Daily Graphic now. 800 capacity SHS shut down due to low enrollment. What does the story say? It says the Abedare State College, Roland, am I saying it right? At Abiaze Dominase in the Central Region has been closed down due to low enrollment. The school, which has facilities to accommodate more than 800 students, was established in 2004 by the chosen people of Abiaze Dominase in the Mfanseman municipality, but has been left at the mercy of weeds and reptiles. The facilities rotting on the Widi campus include a 400 capacity boys dormitory, a girls dormitory of the same capacity, and a 12 units classroom. This is one of those unbelievable stories, because we know that when students were trying to get into senior high, just not too long ago with the free SHS, there were people who had been posted to places where there were no dormitories, and parents had to go and look for accommodation facilities for their 14, 15, 16-year-olds to begin to live alone. And this is a structure that's sitting somewhere, has a lot of things, and it's just sitting there. So there was a tour. Kwame Duncan, who's the Central Regional Minister, went on a tour. You might want to check out all the details of the particular story on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Roland, just before I hand over to you, I want us to go to the center spread of the Daily Graphic. It's a special focus. Boston group operates on 140 children with heart problems.
Wow.
It's a picture, you know, just pictures of that operation, if you like, in the center spread of the newspaper. Yeah, I want to believe so. I think it's a collaboration, something of a sort, but you'd find Ghanaian doctors, not residents in Ghana, they're also taking part in this. A bit of it says, oh, and it's from Daniel Keno, our friend in Kumasi. It's been such a long time. Story says 10 years ago, a Ghanaian doctor, Francis Finn Thompson, a thoracic and cardiac surgeon in Boston, Massachusetts, was touched by the way parents back home struggle to raise funds to cure children from cardiac problems, knowing how difficult it is for the ordinary Ghanaian to raise a minimum of $50,000 to correct cardiac defects of their children. Dr. Finn Thompson put together a group of dedicated and equally compassionate health personnel, including surgeons, nurses, pharmacists, physiotherapists, volunteers, and biomedics to give hope to the children for free. So this is one of such missions. Those are the pictures that we have in the center spread of the Daily Graphic newspaper. We do have such groups in our country, and I remember a conversation with a Christian group last week here on the show. We know that the Graft Foundation also organizes such missions every now and then. So we're super grateful to groups like these, Roland, who come either down to Ghana or they are in Ghana and they go around to places where people need these surgical operations, and they do it absolutely for free. So all the details in the Daily Graphic newspaper.
All right, so we do the Ghanaian Times. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have the story, Mama V. It's about, again, the gas explosion at the atomic junction here in Accra. Close to Accra, really. Just outskirts of Accra. It says, Medina atomic gas explosion. I'm deeply hurt by deaths. The president is reported to have said. And then we have 3 grabbed for stealing at gas explosion site. And yesterday, when I was hearing the stories, after they had warned people, there were some miscreants who had gone in to go and steal from the container, you know, the containers, the retail containers, those who had their wares, etc. And so when the blast came, they were the initial victims, so to speak. A problem. And then we have a UPS student demonstrate over siting of filling station just behind the walls of the campus.
Do you think something will be done about that fuel station?
I don't know. I think that in the heat of this, yes, we will. But you know,
I have my doubts.
You know how we do it.
If they don't have safety systems in place, then it will be a good basis to say, okay, we're shutting you down. But if they've got everything, you know, if they were duly certified.
No, but you keep wondering how they were duly certified.
Remember, was it about 2 years ago, this conversation came up strongly, Roland, and we were assured that, listen, you can live with the fuel stations, considering all the safety things are in place, if they're doing the right things. That's what we're told. Most of us have been really scared. Me, I still can't understand why Medifem at Westlands has 2 filling stations. I mean, it's back to back, and the facility is just right behind it, and it scares me.
Hospital
all the time. Yes,
that's where you go to hospital.
Yeah, that's my hospital. But beyond me, I mean, I'm just one.
Please, the day that you go, let us know, because we know people. We call Ghana Fire National Fire Service.
Really?
They'll be on. It's serious.
Really.
Then we call police.
Really.
They'll be on. It's a serious thing. Medifem.
It's just when you're going to, you know, so I'm not really hopeful that anything is going to come out of this. Really.
But the good thing is the Ghanaian Times has set up a hotline. They have a WhatsApp number.
The Ghanaian Times? Hotline for what exactly?
The Ghanaian Times is pleased to announce that it has set up a helpline to assist gas explosion victims. Because yesterday...
NADMO also put up Two numbers.
Yeah, that's good. We saw a victim there. He was wondering, why shouldn't you be at the hospital?
Yeah,
because
so he didn't report at
his
all.
His blisters were dripping with liquid. You know.
What excuse did he give, Roland?
Oh, that he came. I'm sure maybe he's thinking maybe some people will come and announce, maybe some government people come and announce some relief.
He thought he was going to be arrested?
No, some relief assistance or so.
Oh.
You know, he was a mate.
But so. I hope that yesterday, based on that conversation, he went to the hospital.
The previous day he had gone to the hospital, but I don't know about yesterday. Couldn't follow up. And the WhatsApp number which is a helpline for the Ghanaian Times is 055-4566-285. It's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, so you can just pretty much go and see what's happening there. But I have this, it's an article by the veteran journalist, good old Cameron Dodu, and it's about really what we really do about nothing in Ghana. How did I cite it? I think I'm just... Okay, just give me benefit of the doubt. Let me take a look at... Okay, it's on page 8 of the paper. Page 8. And it says, we are in fact, as a quote, it says, we are in fact fast becoming a joker nation, worse than the vulture, because the vulture cannot boast of thinking faculties like we can. Okay? Increasingly, we are demonstrating that we are unable to run our systems efficiently. It's got nothing to do with political party or with a political party that happens to be in power. What we are facing is a systemic failure that is the end result of a national malaise that has been sapping our very will to thrive for decades. All right, so those are the stories. On the back page, though, USA beat Starlets to go through. That's all. Are they still... Starlet, are they still in the competition?
So this is under what?
Under 17.
Under 17.
Our football has a problem.
I get a bit confused because we've got the Russia qualifiers as well as in the World Cup. So which one is this?
This in India. It's for the junior. It's a junior World Cup. Okay. Under 17.
Okay. So what, are we out? We used to be really strong in the under 17.
Yeah, because we were fielding over age players.
Oh, Roland.
It's true.
Are you saying that for a fact?
For a fact.
So you can prove
that. Oh, please. Our footballers, their younger sisters are older than them. Please. Our footballers, their younger sisters celebrate birthdays while they are younger.
No, I totally disagree with you. I totally disagree with you.
Okay.
Andre played in that.
Andre, you're different.
Wait. Are you saying, no, this is not fair.
This isn't
fair. Are you more than your age, Roland? Are you more than your age?
Don't I look more than my age?
Oh,
I look older than my age. It's serious.
The police should come chasing you.
No problem.
So you're more than the age on paper, Roland.
Saudi Arabia, yes. Saudi Arabia tests for Ghana. Me say Ghana filled over. These days we are not fielding, so we are not doing well because the white.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
I totally disagree with you.
We are not fielding.
Anyway, let's find that newspaper. Keep the rest of the details to yourself. Nobody wants to know. Find that newspaper. Right? Front page of the Find.
Nobody wants to hear the truth.
Foreigners drive out Ghanaians from pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, that story is back.
It's no coincidence that we've got the Ghana Investment Promotion Center CEO joining us.
That story is back.
Conversation in the studio today, except that we're talking tourism, but it won't be bad to pass some of these to him. Yes, this same story. This is a lingering story, really, and it looks to be resurrected.
Glasgow Smith Klein.
The rest of the details in the Daily Graphic News. No, this is the Finder newspaper. You can't come to our country and do whatever it is that you want to do. Also on the front page of the Finder, GIJ appeals for financial clearance to replace staff. Ghana is losing too many lives to disasters, according to a minister. Why is he telling us what we know already? This is to fix it. President to foot funeral bill of Netu cameraman, and this is also really
is he the only one who died?
I mean,
is the Netu cameraman the only one who died?
As in how? What do you
mean? He died from the gas explosion.
He did.
And I'm saying he's the only one who died from the gas explosion.
He's been identified. He's not the only one. We know that 7 persons died in this horrifying explosion. But people can relate because he was a presidential reporter in the sense that he was working as a cameraman with Netu attached to the presidency. And his family looked for him. They searched for him. And they would only find him yesterday at the police hospital. A body that couldn't respond to any call. And so they went to the president to inform him, and it's really sad. A very young, handsome man who's now lost his life. He's going to be buried today, by the way. Comprehensive action plan against fall army worms unveiled.
Are we still fighting the small insects?
We are, but I thought somebody said that, you know, there was nothing like that in the first place.
How can worms be terrorizing the whole of the country? And
there's a bit of that on page 4. Where are we? Okay, yeah, it's here. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture has announced allocating an amount of 3.1 million Ghana cedis to the National Task Force on the fall army worms to undertake a comprehensive action plan beginning October 2017 to March 2018 as part of measures to prevent the resurgence of the pests later next year when the planting season begins.
Oh,
so if they actually do release this money, then it means
how much?
3.1 million Ghana cedis to the National Task Force, and we're going to be following up on this. If we're able to do this, then this will really be good. It will be the first time we're doing such a thing in a long while, really, because, you know, we're looking ahead. We're not fighting it. We're trying to prevent it from happening next year. How often do we do such things?
But we can't prevent it from coming.
Well, this money is supposed to. Maybe we'll do a strong follow-up on this. But there are a lot more stories when you grab the.
We can't prevent it. I mean,
Roland, do the dispatch.
We can't prevent it.
Roland.
Because of protests, I'll do the Daily Guide. Daily Guide. Front page of the Daily Guide has a story. Deadly gas explosion. Nana weeps. Journalist killed. Kebab fire ruled. Oh, the kebab story is here again. Kebab fire ruled out. And then we have 3 thieves nabbed at accident scene. Sorry, it's not on your screen. It's here. And then we have 3 thieves nabbed at the accident scene. And then we have deadly gas explosion. Sorry, you're not seeing it. Edmond Che rates Nana High and 2 school kids electrocuted. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's look at the center spread. Idris Elba craze for bigger role. Already has had big roles, so I don't know what bigger role is. But it's in the center spread of the news, the News One leaflet of the Daily Guide. And then we have moving gas stations won't stop explosions. Ingrid Alabi is dressed like some Katy Perry kind of replica, the black Katy Perry. Ingrid Alabi.
She's the black Katy Perry, you say?
Yeah, you know, Katy Perry has a clip like that, you know.
I can't think for on this one.
Yeah, no, you're right. And then we have Daily Guide. Abeku Santana this morning with Francis Addo.
What did he lose?
Who is Francis Addo?
He's an entertainment journalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
an entertainment journalist at Daily Guide over the weekend buried his late mother, Madam Victoria Mamle Aduababio at Old Ningo.
Oh, our sympathies.
Near Pram Pram.
Our sympathies
to you, Francis.
Yeah.
Oh, Francis. And then we have Meryl Streep and Dame Judi Dench speak about Harvey Weinstein. And we know that...
You're through? Let's finish up with the hardcore newspapers, with the Business and Financial Times newspaper, the BNFT.
Oh, let me do this one before you.
The Daily Dispatch? Okay.
Let me do a Daily Dispatch quickly. On safety lapses, MPA warned Mansco gas station and 6 others 3 months ago. You see? I always told that sometimes they go, but they have
but they warned them. So 6 months ago, what were the various follow-ups? What were they supposed to do? Were there the necessary follow-ups? Let's not just throw the blames.
Yeah,
you know, this is nothing. You haven't said anything. If you want them 6 months ago,
I agree
what did you subsequently do within that 6 months?
And actually, when you do it periodically, you help nobody. It has to be constant, right?
Exactly. It's not enough if the EPA tells us that they warned them 6 months ago. And so what? Could this have been prevented if they had taken other actions?
Sure. Yeah. I'm not tribalistic. We see Apia shames critics. We were warned of gas leakage 20 minutes before blast, and then survey on marriage and sexual activity in Ghana. Oh, this will be sweet. Let me take page 3. There's a survey on sexual marriage activity in Ghana.
Yes, what about it?
It says percentage distribution of currently married men. Oh.
Go ahead.
Age
See, because Roland saw the married men.
Age at go ahead. Age at first sexual intercourse. That's the most useful of the information.
Roland, we don't need you to explain. We can understand the English. Go ahead.
Age at first sexual intercourse. You are breaking my thoughts. Age at first sexual intercourse. That the data shows that among women aged between 25 and 49, 11% had their first sexual intercourse by age 15.
That is also no news. Go on.
Are you 25?
Yes.
And over. They say people in your category.
Are you reading? Otherwise, time is time.
Okay. Because you are disrupting me.
Read it privately. We don't want to know. If you're interested in that survey, just grab the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Let's do the Business and Financial Times, and then we'll quickly go online. The Business and Financial Times newspaper. Melbourne seeks to become biggest MFI as it marks 10th anniversary. Another company that's also been marking an anniversary, which is the 45th one. They continue with their celebrations. It's very tiny on the front page of the Business and Financial Times. UMB. They did a Thanksgiving and a visit to the chief imam. But the banner headline here is SMEs could be biggest losers in stated capital increment. You can check out the full story in the BNFT. Also, UK keen on deepening partnership with Ghana to move beyond aid. How often do we say this? Move beyond aid. We still go every now and then begging and hoping somebody will give us some aid. But there are a lot more stories beyond this aid story in the Business and Financial Times newspaper. I want us to do online now.
Yeah, let's quickly do online. Benedict will be briefing down our next very soon for the latest sports headline. We know that Iceland have qualified to the World Cup for the first time. We're still waiting for myjoyonline.com to come, and then we'll start doing the review.
Maybe it's a good time for us to do Liberia. So Liberians go to the polls today to elect a new president after 12 years, and Africa's first elected female leader, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and her picture is going to come up pretty shortly. We're going to see, and then we're going to also show you the people who are standing in this particular election. Sirleaf unexpectedly swept the votes in 2005 and was re-elected in 2011, and is widely commended for maintaining peace following horrific back-to-back civil wars. We're talking 1989, thereabout, to 2003, which killed an estimated 250,000 people. Her vice president for both terms, Joseph Boakai, is a front runner this year. So he's running, his vice is running, and you know that they're going to, because some people, critics of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, say she didn't quite do as expected. So expect that this man is going to either suffer or gain based on that fact. So he's both campaigning on his record and promising an alternative vision. The UN says providing a safe and secure election environment will be the first big test for the newly empowered Liberian security forces, who remain under-equipped and underfunded. So some strong issues coming. That's the vice president. Every candidate has asserted they have the magic formula to turn around Liberia's stumbling economy, which remains stubbornly reliant on foreign assistance despite significant endowment of iron ore, rubber, and palm oil. So check out those who are standing for this election. The vice president of the ruling Unity Party, also George Weah of the Coalition for Democratic Change, who is standing with ex-wife of Charles Taylor. There's also Charles Walker Bromskin. Okay, so that's the former President Charles Taylor's ex-wife, who is standing with George Weah in this particular election. So we've got Joseph Mills Jones of the Movement for Economic Empowerment and Alexander Cummins of the Alternative National Congress. They're all standing in this particular election. Finally, on this Liberia situation, we'll bring you a lot more on Liberia as they go to the polls. But experts say in such a crowded field without a clear front runner, a runoff looks highly likely. Yeah, and there are a lot of young people, just like in Ghana, I think in the rest of Africa, young people are looking for employment. So this is also one of the major things that people will be voting on, hopefully really, today in Liberia. We wish you well, Liberians, as you go to the polls today.
Yeah. Now, okay, let's quickly run through my Joy Online and call it a morning on review of the online portals, Mamavi.
Experts lament lack of national safety policy documents. Quickly, Ghana Gas gets new board chair. As Liberia votes today, here's why you should care. You can continue with this Liberia situation on myjournline.com. Atomic Fire Gas Depot allegedly flouted directive to install critical equipment. And what were the regulators doing? Watching them flout, only for them to come and tell us after an explosion. 400 gas stations cited within residential areas. Cannabis should not be legalized, according to Dr. Akwesi Osei, Chief Executive Officer of Mental Health Authority. Let the conversation continue. NDC financiers, others frustrated our fight against illegal fuel stations. That's like a confession coming from a former minister, one who also sought to fight this whole gas siting. And we have that conversation back with Gifty and Apia later on this morning here on our show. Petrochemical workers opposed government new policy on gas explosions, according to Abu Ramadan. All those details on myjournline.com. If you miss anything here on Joy News, we've also got links to videos of our content here on Joy News that you can always catch up when you can on myjournline.com. Really, that will be it for us.